Good day, welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about how to possibly prevent some damage from occurring to your Kia Stinger when getting some maintenance done on it. I've been a member of some different forums for Kia Stingers for a while, and I'm always seeing people posting they get their car back from getting some warranty work done or oil change or something like that, and they get damage to their side skirts. This area and this area back here. And I'll attach some of these pictures below. And I'm going to show you what's likely causing that, and at least a couple different ways of maybe helping prevent that, especially if you have your own lift. So let me show you where it's coming from. All right, what I got here is the lift arm on a 2-post lift. And what we got here, this is the pad that goes underneath the pinch points or the lifting point on the vehicle. And this arm slides in and out to adjust for different size cars and axle widths and everything. And this right here is part of the telescoping part of the arm. There's two different sections, like on this one right here, got a bigger one. Back up here, this area. And what happens, the skirt and the pinch points for where you lift the car at is the same height. And as you see, this pad is lower than this pad point right here. They're sticking this pad underneath the pinch point, and they're not allowing clearance for the square area of this arm here. And that's kinking or putting a dent in the bottom of the skirt. And sometimes I've even seen pictures that they even show this bolt head right here imprint in the bottom of the car. So I know exactly where the damage is coming from. And a couple of ways I prevent it is I always try to get my car center lined on the lift the best I can. I have marks on my floor, I'll show you in here in a second. It's tape that allows me to line up every time. You know, so some shops are not probably gonna have something like that, but as long as they get the car centered, it'll help out. And what I do, I've got these blocks. Some people use hockey pucks or something similar. I found that hockey pucks don't last very long. They fail. As you can see, I've used these quite a few times. I've got marks on it. Technically, this part is supposed to go across the either side of the pinch point, but I use this right here to give me a little more height. And what that does, that helps bring it up above this level. And I would even go with another block if I could, but I can't get under my car that way. It's too tall. But this right here helps make this clear, especially since I get the car centered up. So let me show you how I center this up. All right, like I said, I have some marks on my floor to help me line my car up. That green thing in the center right there, that's so I know the center of the car. The ones on the side is so I know the edge of the door area. And like this right here is I'll line the 6 o'clock position of the tire up on the edge of that all the way around on the 4 sides. I know it's a little like, well, I got some marks if you put it in the center. Well, it's actually a tight fit on here to get it exactly the center. So I'll go and drive it in here. See what we got. Right now, I'm not even lined up, so I'm going to have to back it up and try again. Okay, we're gonna put this side out here. And what I'm doing, I'm just lining the pad up here with the pinch points. I'm going to show you. All right. So we're putting there's the lifting point, the pinch point, right here at the end of my finger. And the pad, like so, put it on there. And as you can see, I'm perfectly centered right now. But if I wasn't, this part of the lift would be underneath the skirt. And I can show you like that. And that's what's happening. They're getting that underneath there. And when they raise it up, it's hitting this before catching the pinch point. So it's binding those up. So go and put this back like it was. And especially if the car is off center over to one side, you got these things all the way in, you're going to crush one side of the car. But I have mine centered up right now. Get this under here. Like so. If you look down there, I don't have much clearance if it were to come straight up, but I'll show you what it looks like. Look at it again. Good on this side. Good on this side. Just barely. Like I said, I've got this car in the optimum place on this lift. So we're going to raise it up a little bit. All right, car's already started to lift. It didn't take but just a second. That one's clear. I'm just going to go around, make sure my other side's clear. And see, I'm clear right now. I'm going to lift it up. All right, so I'll lift this. Alrighty, as you can see, I've got the car perfectly centered and I don't have a lot of clearance between that. I also have the rubber block under there, which allows it to raise up just a little bit, but if it was any closer, it'd be smashing the sides of it. So that's where you're getting your damage from. And like I said, to help alleviate that, car needs to be centered up. These adjustment arms need to be all the way in, and just use the smallest arms you can. Get you some kind of block or whatever to go underneath it to give it just a little more clearance if you can. Unless you got some better pads that have a little bit of adjustment where it raises up and comes up and meets it to give it some more clearance. That's what you need. So you need blocks, arms all the way in, centered up on the pad. It should be good to go. Alrighty, I just wanted to make this a quick, simple video to help maybe prevent some other people from getting damage to their vehicles. So I know a lot of you don't have your own lifts to put your vehicle on, but if you take it to a maintenance shop and you're concerned, maybe just show them this video and it'll help educate them, and they'll be aware of what's happening and maybe prevent a little bit of damage from happening to your vehicle. So if you like this video, like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.